Today we're in Dousman, Wisconsin, downtown, and we will be riding the Glacier Drumlin Trail. Right now we're going to be heading west, and we'll see how far we get. It turns to gravel soon, so it's going to be a fun ride. Alright, so we're starting right now in Dousman, heading west. The trail for this first little section is paved, but it quickly turns to gravel, as we'll find out. To the right we have a snowmobile trail. It's closed now because most of the snow melted. There's only a bit left now. Nowhere near enough to snowmobile on. Look who decided to take the snowmobile path. Alright, we're to our first road crossing. And then now it's gravel, although it's snow covered right now. It's a little bit icy, but not too bad so far. Man, almost ran over some poop that was on the trail there. Alright, we'll keep you updated down the trail. Alright, change of plans, guys. We decided to turn around because the trail is too icy from the snowmobiles being on it. So now we're heading east, and we're gonna head towards Wales and get a snack there probably. This section of the trail, now that it's paved, is not icy, so we figured play it safe and go this way. Plan B. Alright, we're back where we started. Luckily the detour wasn't too long. We only ended up riding a little bit west, so now we're riding east towards Wales. Right now we're just downtown Dousman, and then up ahead we're gonna cross Highway 18. So for those of you who don't know, the Glacier Drumlin Trail was once an active rail line, but today it's a recreational trail, and it goes from Waukesha in the east all the way out to the outskirts of Madison in the west, so it's a pretty long trail. The line was once owned by the Chicago Northwestern, and this was the line they used to get from Milwaukee to Madison. Alright, to your right we got a little pond over there. It's frozen over. Pretty cool. Probably not thick enough to go out on quite yet. Then straight ahead is where Highway 18 is. The original right-of-way went straight, but the trail takes a little detour, I think, because there's a quarry over here, and that's where the original rail bed was, is now a quarry. So here's where we diverge. Oh man, little icy again here. Okay, we're gonna cross the highway and we'll update you further down the trail. Yeah, we're still on the little detour, but man, this whole Waukesha County is getting so developed, especially out here by Dousman and Oconomowoc. This used to be all farm field here up until a few years ago. Now it's becoming subdivision land. See, now this is what it all used to be. It's like this farm field, so. All right, let's see what we got up here. All right, looks like this is where the snowmobile trail comes back. And now this turn here is now us going back onto the original trail right of way. And then from here on out, it's a pretty straight shot to Dousman. Just gonna try to avoid the ice for now, so going on the grass here just because the trail is a bit icy right now. Up here, we got a nice old railroad bridge. Can stop and show you guys it a little bit. We got it's an old concrete structure, and we got is that the Bark River below us? Yeah. Yep, Bark River below us there. What? Oh, hike down there? Sure, we can hike down there. We'll catch you on the bottom. All right, we hiked down. We're at the bottom now, and as you can see, you got this big concrete bridge. From the top, it doesn't look that impressive, but down here, it looks pretty cool. It looks like from the top, it was built in 1915, and still looks pretty strong. I mean, you got some moss growing on there, but looks pretty intact still. I mean, strong enough for the bike trail at least, so. Really cool down here. It's the things you see when you explore. From up there, you wouldn't know it's this cool, but you just gotta hike off the beaten path sometimes. All right, well, that was a fun little side excursion, seeing that bridge. Now we're back on the trail and heading towards Dousman. Sun's starting to poke through. It feels not too bad out right now. We're in the upper 30s right now. All right, stopping here. Looking clear. To the left of us right now is UW Waukesha Field Station. A little icy right here. right. Well, we'll update you guys once we get closer to Dousman. All right, as you can tell, the trail's a bit icy, but luckily the snowmobile trail we took most of the way, and that was actually pretty nice and smooth. So we're almost just coming into Wales now, and so Wales was a nice little railroad town when the line came in. Man, this is icy. Both ways are turning. So downtown Wales, I would say it's a kind of a hidden gem among Waukesha County. Waukesha County is pretty developed, but this little town you could say is not been very developed. It still looks old and still doesn't look all modern, and I love that about this town. It's just a quaint little town in what is otherwise a pretty developed county. So there's a little coffee shop that we're gonna stop at, get maybe a little snack there. So yeah, we'll let you know what that's like. All right, so we're actually gonna hit the coffee shop on the way back. We're just gonna head out a bit further because I at least wanna show you guys this pretty cool wooden bridge. I think you're gonna like it. This trail right here is pretty nice. If the trail is like this, I would say keep riding, but I do not wanna be riding in a icy trail, so we're gonna see what it's like. Yeah, up here it looks like it turns back to iciness, so we'll just ride out to this bridge and then we'll turn back. A nice old wooden bridge. Probably built, I think it was built when the line was dug, because this is a big cut that the railroad made right here. So right now, here's the underside of the bridge. You can see all the wooden trusses, and we can actually ride on the top of it. So that's what we're gonna do next. We'll see you up at the top. All right, so now we are biking up this hill to get to the top of that bridge. All right, here's the top, but it looks like it's fenced off. It's not like this last time. All right, well, we got this historical marker that is next to the bridge. So it looks like the bridge was built between 1880 and 1882. So that tells you how old it is, really old. But the Chicago Northwestern, that's what I was saying earlier, built this, and it looks like it was a Welsh settlement, and the coming of the railroad is what created the village of Wales. And fun fact, this bridge marks the highest point between Milwaukee and Madison on this line. So this was the peak, and then to go to Milwaukee, it's downhill. To go to Madison, it's downhill. So highest point right now we're on. And this whole trail through here, they had to make a deep cut into the earth, and that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool biking down there. So yeah, really cool. Yeah, if you want to read that, just really cool history. All right, we got a quick bite to eat at Mama D's.
Large cabin fever.
All right, we're on our way back to Dousman now. We just made it back to the snowmobile trail. The Glacier Drumlin Trail is a bit icy and a bit bumpy, so I think we're gonna take this back to where they must have plowed it, because the beginning it was smooth, but it turned kind of bumpy. But snowmobile trail is riding great. Still a bit icy in some spots, but much smoother and generally less icy. Pretty fun. We're actually moving pretty fast right now. Alright, we'll catch you further down the trail. Alright. Still on the snowmobile trail, although it parallels the Glacier Drumlin, so following its path. Alright guys, we took another snowmobile trail detour. Fat biking snowmobile trails is really underrated. It's actually a lot of fun riding the snowmobile trails on a fat bike. If you guys think this is cool, I can do some more videos of me and my dad riding these snowmobile trails, because I sure enjoy making it and riding these trails. Because otherwise you never get to see this stuff. It's not on any of the, there's no ATV trails around here, so whoa, that's what I'm talking about right there. That was a good save. Whew. A little bit icy. Never been here before. Oh boy, glare ice, guys. Okay. Whew. Scared me. Thought I was going down for sure then. Oh boy. Oh wow. This right here, I think, is the old railroad right-of-way, it looks like. Stuff that you... Now, this is not part of the Glacier Drumlin here, so It's really interesting that we get to ride it now, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to. Ooh. Yeah, icy. I'm gonna go to the other side of the trail now. Now here doesn't look as bad. What? Oh, wow. We need to stop and show you guys this. All right, well, we just had to stop because my dad found something pretty interesting. On the other side of this pond, there is an old plane that looks to be disassembled. Looks like an old, almost like bush plane or something. That's what you find. You never know what you'll find when you're out on these rides. There's a big bulldozer up on that ridge. This all, I think, was once mined, because you can see over there some mining equipment and pretty crazy stuff. I've never seen this stuff before. But yeah, really interesting. Old plane. All right, well, that was pretty crazy. We're back on the trail. This is an old right-of-way that I've never seen before. So I'm wondering if this was once the little rail yard that served this quarry, because it definitely is wider here. Looks like some more old mining equipment over here. An old excavator and stuff. Wow, look at that. Some old mining equipment right there, you guys. Really cool. All right, well, that was really cool, seeing that old plane and all the old mining equipment. Well, now we're almost to the highway, which means we're getting close to the end. Yeah, over there it looks like they still are doing some excavating, but wow, it's so cool. Hello. There, wow. All right, we'll see you next when we get back to the car. Well, that was sure an awesome ride. A lot of fun surprises on the way. I never thought I would have saw an old plane, that's for sure. Yeah, if you like this kind of content of us riding just off the beaten path stuff, let me know, because I would love to make more of these videos. But until then, make sure you send it hard every day.